So I was watching this video where this guy was talking about his addictions to food and basically talking about like if you are the leader of your house and you eat poorly and you get big, that it's way more likely that the other people in your house are going to follow suit, right? Because that's the example that you're setting. Basically coming down to like, as the leader of your house, what example do you set? And if you see other people acting in a way that's not in accordance with your values, then it's likely that they got that from you, or it's likely they didn't get direction from you. And this is more specific to people who like find themselves or believe themselves to be the leader of their house. I felt that because like there's been a long time for me where I've been talking about getting healthy and getting in shape. And I've only really taken it seriously in the last 3 or 4 months. And my body's definitely changed. Now, this last week, I have not gone to the gym for a number of reasons. I'm not about to sit here and make excuses, but I didn't go. And I was thinking about that while I was watching this video because, like, it's so easy to just be like, I've already done pretty well. Like, no big deal. But the people in my house, they see that, right? And, like, I think about that a lot after watching that video. Like, the example that you set is the example you're essentially affirming is the one you want other people to follow. And whether you like it or not, that's what people are going to pick up on. Like your kids, if they see you skip out on something you say is important, what do you think they're going to do when they have something important? They will more than likely find a reason to not have to follow suit, or to not have to follow through. And it's going to be really hard for you to convince people to do difficult things that are good for them if you are not doing difficult things that are good for you, right? And as parents, that's something that we probably don't think about enough, because it's very easy to tell ourselves things are hard and we've done enough, so we deserve X, Y, and Z. It's our money, whatever. All the lame ass excuses we make for ourselves. But this one specifically got me because of the amount of people who are like overweight in the country right now, like in the US. It's crazy how much focus we put on other things regarding health, or regarding not health, but regarding like well-being. And obesity is one of those things that, like, for some reason, we're just allowing. When I say allowing, like food companies, like the amount of lobbying going on to make you just okay with the bullshit you put in your mouth every day is crazy. And like, I'm not even officially on the whole other side. Like I haven't figured out everything there is to figure out about my food, my diet, but I am eating far better today than I ever was in the past. And just the amount of processed bullshit we put in our mouths is kind of gross. And every time you do that, this is another thing you were talking about in the video, every time you do that, you are essentially making an agreement that you are okay trading food for years off your life. And like, I don't think people really think about it like that. Like, imagine if you had like a digital like scale, like a digital display, right? And you could actually put the food that you had on, that was bad for you, on this fucking scale. And when you put it on there, it would tell you, this is how many months or days or however many, whatever, it's going to take off your life. Like, imagine if you had that. And that's kind of how I started thinking about food. And when I started thinking about it that way, it was really hard to start putting certain things in my mouth. Like, it's the same reason I stopped drinking and smoking. Like, does it feel good to have like a buzz? Sure, but like, the way the guy in the video put it was, are donuts and cookies really worth dying at 50? And I was just like obviously not. Like, nothing tastes that good to me. And I realized that some people just are addicted to food, like legitimately addicted to food, and I get that. But like, for me, what threw me off, what deterred me from it, was looking at it like it's years off my life. Like, you're telling me if I do this for long enough, I'm just gonna be like immobile like that. And before you get in the comments talking about like, oh, you can have, like, it's not bad to have cookies. Yeah, everything in moderation, sure. But like most of y'all are not in moderation. Can we be real about that? So before you tell me how healthy you are, okay, if you're the exception watching this video, okay. But the majority of the people who will see this video, well, a lot of people who will see this video, maybe not majority, but a lot of people who will see this video are out of shape. That's the majority. And then there's like a very close to majority of people, like maybe a third of Americans, maybe a fourth now. I'm not sure what the numbers are exactly, but are just completely obese. Like that's scary as fuck, bro. Like that is scary. That would do it for me. Like, you know what did it for me? What made me think I gotta change my life? When I looked in the mirror, and I don't know how many of y'all know this story, but there was a time where I'm 5'10". I was 130 pounds, right? Maybe I was 128. That's when my wife met me. I looked in the mirror and like I was just legitimately skin and bone. Like there was nothing to me at all. Nothing. After consistently eating, like I'm at 180 now. I'm at a comfortable weight now. And I'm still building, right? But I was 130 at 5'10". It's the same shit in reverse. Like there has to be a point where you look at yourself in the mirror and say like, what kind of example am I putting forth? Especially if you're older, you have children, you have a family. Like, what if you were in college and you know it's just you? That's one thing. But when you are walking around making decisions that you know are not good for your body, and you know the people around you are watching, like your daughter is watching, your son is watching, that's when it gets sinister. Because it's one thing to take years off your own life, which is selfish in its own right if you got children. Let's just be real. But it's a whole other thing to set them up to believe that that's reasonable too. We talk a lot about generational curses, like food is one of those generational curses. Think about how often we pass down soul food recipes and not one person stopped to ask like, hey, do we gotta fry everything? Like, do we gotta do that? Nobody asks because we just accept a lot of shit that someone else gives to us. And I, for one, am not willing to accept that all of us are just so dumb that we can't question what came before us. Because if we want better results, and we want to set better examples, which is what it's really about, right? We got to ask better questions and make better decisions. So just something to consider when it comes to food, health, money, all that shit. What kind of example are you setting for the people in your house, especially if you are the leader of your house? Will the people around you look at you and find your work ethic, your everyday example, something that they can depend on? Or is it going to lead them back to the same fat, dusty, broke grave that you're about to be in? Just something to consider. Talk to y'all later.